Hello and welcome. My name is Hawaii Abdullah. I'm a life coach and also I am an FGM survivor. Today, I would like to share my story, my journey through FGM to help other women there, inspire other women out there because I know I am not alone. There is so many survivors out there, incredible survivors that is still battling, with trauma, with so many things. And I'm sure there is some people out there that they don't know what FGM is and the impact of it. So today I want to share my story through FGM. So most of you may or may not what FGM is. So FGM is the procedure that is involve partial or total removal of female genital for non-medical reason at all. And there are four types or maybe three types. It depends on how people they see it or they define it or they go through. So type 1 is removing all or part of clitoris. The second type is removing part of clitoris and labia. The third type is cutting and removing the labia, and not only the labia but the vagina itself, and around everything around it, and then stitch it up. So the type that I have done or they done on me, it was type 2, which is removing part of clitoris and labia. And the lady, and kid you not, the lady that have performed this, I never forget that lady. So my story and my journey started when I was 7 years old. So when I was 7 years old, that's when the FGM procedure performed on me. So I remember when I was 7 years old, I was a naive child. I don't know what is going on in the world. I have no clue of what is about to happen as a child. I remember the night before, the procedure was about to be done on me. I My mom, she brought us, me and my younger sister, and she put like a henna on our hand to make us happy. And they done that so we can be like happy and not thinking about anything, not worrying about anything. The next day, they woke us up at 7 a.m. in the morning. So at 7 a.m., I woke up and I'd been asked to go and shower. So I went and I showered. So my sister also showered. And women came into my house so they can start preparing the feast. I remember they brought a sheep so they can sacrifice it, so they can celebrate and prepare the feast. And the woman came, the woman who actually come to perform this on us. She came around 10 in the morning. She was a big woman. And I mean, with all due respect, like, she was big. So, and she came with her bag, and she asked one of the lady who was preparing the feast to bring her hot water. so she can sanitize her equipment that is she's been using on other girls for so many years. And bear in mind, this lady is not medically trained. So she's not trained, she's not a nurse, she's not a doctor, she didn't have any degree, nothing at all. So she's just been doing it for so long. She asked my sister to enter. Before she asked my sister, there was preparing the room, the atmosphere. It wasn't nice at all. I'm telling you, it's not nice. There was like the bed sheet was red, the this like the curtains were red, everything was red, and I till today don't know why they decorate that room in red. So she asked my sister to come inside, and my sister went inside. Okay, they brought my sister at that time. She was very young, very young at that age, and I've been asked to stand by the door, you know, in the door in front, but they shut the door, but you have to stand there behind the door. So I couldn't run, I couldn't do nothing. My sister, all I can hear my sister was shouting, screaming and crying, like from her lungs, like she is crying. And that's when the fear started hitting me. And I said, what the hell is going on? Like, why she's screaming this much? And I was about to enter the room, so I said, oh, maybe they done something, you know, and they yell at her or something like that. So I was gonna go inside to see what is going on. And I remember one of the ladies, she stopped me because she was standing by my side and she was holding me, so I don't run away. And I was hearing my sister crying so much that even I started to cry. My tears started to cry from coming up. Then they done. Then they asked me to enter. They say to bring Hawaida now. So I went inside. And when I went inside, all I can see blood, you know, on the floor. I can see my sister crying. And I remember that time my grandma was crying. Like at that time she was with us. She came and she was crying. When I say to you she was crying to see my sister cry. And you know, she had like a soft spot for my sister. So she was one of the ladies that held my sister, and she's been asked to hold us at that time. So the lady, she asked she asked the woman to bring me, and I went inside. Okay, and bear in mind, all this, I have no clue what is going on because I haven't been told of what is about to happen. The lady, she was, all I can see is the lady bringing like a hot water to her, you know, and she was cleaning the blood from my sister blood from the equipment that she just used, from the razor that she used, and there was blood on the floor. So she asked to bring like cloth or something so she can put it like on the floor to cover that blood. Then the lady started holding me. They cover my eyes with very thin scarf that I can see everything and what is going on. When I say everything, everything. And bear in mind, the bed that they sat on, it was metal. Like the edge of it, it was metal. So my back was against that, is pressing that metal. So I was really hurt. And the lady, when they even held me with my hand, but I can't move because they held my hand and they held my leg. Um, I couldn't move. I couldn't move, and I have been told, threatened that if you cry, I'm gonna hurt you more. I said, what the hell is this lady talking about? All I could think is my back was pressing against that metal. So the lady, they cover my eyes. I still seen everything. And all I can feel is something very sharp. Very sharp. It's just shoo. It's like it's cutting, it's pressing my skin. That's all I can see. And I was bleeding. I was really bleeding. And the lady who cut me, they she cut me really bad. She cut me really, really bad. So, and when she stitched the thing, all this without anesthesia, without painkiller, without nothing. Okay, so when the lady was holding that razor and cutting me, I felt like I've been slaughtered. I felt I have been slaughtered. And all I can remember is just the pain, and I'm not allowed to scream. I couldn't scream, I couldn't shout, I couldn't cry. The pain was unbearable. The lady finished. She started taking the cloth and then rubbing around it to clean, the blood around the area and my leg, because there was so much blood. And she had like a towel, and she put the towel, very hot water. My goodness, water was boiling. She dipped the towel inside the hot water. She squeezed it and she started rubbing around it. Imagine, my back was pressing her, against that metal. I was hurt. Like I was like it's like with the pain rubbing. It was something that I don't even wish to my worst enemy to go through. Then I've been told, to get up. In my head, like, how? How can I get up? So one of the ladies, she picked me up and put me on the bed, and they had to tie our legs together because they had the fear if they tie. And I'm a kind of like person who sleep like, when I sleep my legs go like 1001 north. Like I sleep very comfortable. So they tie my leg, and I've been sleeping on my back, and my back is still hurt in the place of pressing the metal. And I was like, I don't know, I think at the time I passed, I passed out for a few minutes, and then I just again, when I woke up, I found like the people outside, all they doing is they are eating, laughing, being happy. They come and they are congratulating me on now I'm becoming a woman, a big girl now. Apparently, I wasn't a woman. I wasn't like a big girl at the time. So they are doing this, and my brain, I couldn't process. There is no, I couldn't connect. I couldn't say what the hell. I can't connect of what they actually saying. I had zero clue of what the hell are they saying, because all I was focused is the pain that I was enduring, that I can't cry, I can't shout, I can't scream, I can't do nothing at all. Nothing. And the ladies come, like the women come and go, come and go, and come and go. Um, and I can hear them. They are happy outside. Okay. 24 hours didn't go. Okay. And bear in mind all that the woman left a small hole that is so painful for me to urinate. Okay. I fear to urinate, honest to God, and I didn't urinate for whole week. Whole week. I stopped eating. I stopped drinking. I stopped all the food. Like they give me like juice, soup, and all the type of food. I could not eat anything because I would always in my head, if I drink this, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. If I eat this, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, and I cannot. Like I feel my body, the system, physical. I cannot function at all. So I couldn't pee for a whole week, like whole week. And bear in mind, in that week, is a part of my culture, a stupid one. I'm telling you right now. When the girl get cut, the next day, like neighbors or something like that, they come and like give her like they bathe her. So, and let me tell you, it's not like a normal bathe. Okay, so this lady came the next day, and they said, okay, can you bring her outside of the room so we can like bathe her? We had like a big space open in our home. So they put, I remember like a big thing, it was so humiliating because there is so many women. They give me, like, they bathe me in front of so many women. So many women. This is the stupid things, okay? They bring, and I thought it was just a normal bath, like bathing, like with a like normal water temperature. I did not know that they're gonna bring the hot boiling water to bathe me. They, when I could not, I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away. The woman held me down and put me inside, and she said to me, "You have to stand. You have to stand." And I was in pain. I can't even stand. I can't even breathe properly. They couldn't care. They couldn't care less. So they brought the hot water, and it's boiling. So they start bathing me with the hot water, and they start pouring that hot water in the area that is, they cut me. In the area where they had just mutilated, being cut just not even 24 hours ago. I have been, all I can, I just crying. That moment, I just could not hold it on him anymore. I screamed out of my lungs and I was shouting so much and my tears coming up, and I said, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I wanted to run away, but they held me. And this continued to happen for the whole week. For the whole, imagine, whole week you've been bathing in front of people, and hot water is being pouring into the area that you're being cut, and you are expected to what? To sit still and endure it, endure that pain. And all this time, all this week, I couldn't urinate. I could not use the bathroom. I just couldn't, until I couldn't hold it anymore. I went, it was painful. I was crying, I was screaming, and my mom was shouting at me to shut up. it's embarrassing for you to actually shout and all that. You're a big girl now. It's shameful. They use the shame in every sentence. From that day that I've been cut, I wasn't a normal girl anymore. My body is different. Everything is different. And I started as a young girl to isolate myself, even though before, as a girl, if you're not being cut, nobody will talk to you. They think it's shame. Everyone will start, talking about you in the area that you live, or among your family, or even around your friends. Nobody will play with you because you're not cut. That day has changed my life, has changed everything, has changed everything. I start isolating myself. I start I hated myself as a girl, and I remember I start acting like a tomboy. I start like I said I don't wanna like girls' clothes. I start like playing outside with boys, and I I I hated myself because I couldn't look in myself in the mirror, and it's been years like that. Years. It's only like a couple of years ago that I started looking myself in the mirror because I just couldn't care. I couldn't care. I got myself, like into deep depression, and I didn't realize that the effect that it had on me, that not only physical effects that I had it being infected, um, the FGM have changed my life. And when I got depressed, when I was 11 years old, bear in mind, it's 11 years old, it was so much pain inside me that I couldn't take, like, I didn't know where to release that pain, how to release it. So I remember I broke a glass and then I start cutting myself just so I can feel the release. I in my head I was like, maybe if I cut myself, that pain inside me will go. As 11 years old, I didn't know. I really did not know that I was going through a severe and a deep depression. So I started cutting myself, and I remember my mom saw me and they started shouting, and they took me to hospital, and the hospital started like stitching my wound. I did not feel any pain. It's because of the depression that I had and the pain that is inside me. It blocked everything. It blocked the system, my mind. It blocked everything. I came home. I become like a statue. Like, I don't cry. I don't laugh. All I can do is I don't wanna stay around people anymore. I lost the trust of people that was meant to protect me, meant to be there, and be not only my savior, but be my protector and loving me. They failed to do that. And I know other survivors out there, every story is different. And bear in mind, when it comes to the FGM later on, because I fast forward in 2020, I had a severe pain. Because over the years I had problem with my periods, and it just the flow, my period just couldn't be coming out like a natural and normal, and it created a problem, health wise, that I had to um undergone a very emergency emergency surgery, um that that I had to be like performed on me, to be able not only to fix what happened, but also redo or get my FGM redone. Because I remember the doctor telling me, like, this lady, and in my head all the time I was thinking, oh, maybe she's only did type 2. But in 2020, that's why I knew the lady, she did type 3. She cut and removed the labia and the vagina, basically all around it, and she stitched everything. She left just a small opening for menstrual fluid and urine. That's what she did. And over the years, every time, when that time of the month come, I am on the floor crying and screaming and shouting out of pain, out of out of you know it's just I couldn't take it anymore. I genuinely couldn't. The pain every month. And I can, for me, in my head, I was thinking, and I was still like, I want to, I want to do something about this pain. God created a situation for me to get that redone, because I remember over the years the blood has been accumulated, and it, because the period, the blood, it couldn't came out natural, it couldn't came all of it, so it keep like a small part, it keep like accumulated in a side, and it created like a goat, like a goat kidney. It was like that, and it had to be removed immediately. Along that, the doctor said, I'm gonna do reconstructions, because she won't be able to have kids if this surgery didn't have, if we didn't perform this surgery. So in 2020, my health deteriorated to the point where they took me to emergency. And that is not in UK, by the way. That's just like back home. In UK, as soon as the doctors or the clinic knows that you have done, the FGM, that's it. They stop everything and they say, sorry, we can't take this responsibility. You can go to the private clinics and get it undone. Because that is what my um clinic GP and the nurse told me. And I remember when she knew um about me had like the FGM, the expression, like until today I can't forget it. So I had to, the basically, that emergency, the health issues that I had really saved my life. Because if I didn't go through that, I know 100% that my family won't allow it. They won't allow me to do reconstructions. They're not going to allow me to go and get it undone. It's just because a shame, is because of people pleasing, what people may say, what people may do. And that is the biggest problem that we have in our culture, in our society, not only as Africans, because these procedures being done all over, like globally. And for a parent to be able to put her daughters, through so much and yet they don't know it, that tells me that there is a lack of awareness there. There is a lack of awareness. So in 2020, after the procedure done, and the procedure took almost 7 hours, I was in a surgery, and it was very complicated one. Thank God of that. I the but I was thinking at the time when I was in surgery, am I gonna come out alive? That's all I was thinking. Am I gonna come out alive? What's gonna happen after this? And I remember my mom was asking about the certificate of the purity, so later on when I get married, they can tell, my husband, future husband, that I am pure, when I'm still virgin, nobody touch me. That is the norm that we have in this society. And until we speak out, nothing will change. So I hope, anyone like survivors who gonna listen to this, think about yourself. Think about yourself. And remember that you are more than what you have gone through. Because that's what I've been telling myself. You are more than what you have gone through. You are resilient. You are absolutely incredible. And you're amazing. So if you like the video, subscribe and comment below.